Welcome to the Leaders Academy podcast. Today's episode, the CFO's ESG reckoning, when sustainability stops being optional. CFOs who still treat ESG as a communications exercise are about to get an expensive education. Let's talk about what that education costs and how to avoid it.
The tuition is steep. Under the EU's Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, non-compliance penalties in major member states now run into the tens of millions of euros, and the SEC's climate disclosure rules, after years of legal back and forth, are fully binding for large accelerated filers as of this reporting cycle. We are past the grace period.
So the regulatory floor is set, but a lot of CFOs are still delegating ESG to sustainability teams and chief sustainability officers. Why is that the wrong structure in 2026?
Because the data that regulators want lives inside the finance function. Scope 1 and 2 emissions tie directly to energy costs and capital expenditure. Scope 3 runs through your supplier contracts and procurement ledgers. When Microsoft published its 2025 sustainability report, the CFO's office owned the methodology sign-off, not the ESG team. That's the model. If your CSO is producing numbers your CFO can't defend under audit, you have a liability, not a report.
Audit is the key word. ESG assurance is moving from limited to reasonable assurance on an accelerated timeline. What does that actually demand operationally?
It demands the same rigor you apply to financial statements. That means documented data lineage, internal controls over non-financial reporting, and third-party verification. Companies like Schneider Electric have built integrated reporting platforms where sustainability metrics run through the same ERP governance as revenue figures. CFOs who haven't mapped their ESG data flows to audit-ready standards are going to face qualified assurance opinions. And in 2026, those opinions move markets.
Let's talk capital. There's been significant noise about ESG fatigue among investors, particularly in the U.S. Is sustainable finance still a cost of capital story?
It is, but the mechanism has matured. It's less about green bond premiums, the greenium has compressed, and more about risk pricing. Moody's and S&P are now embedding physical climate risk and transition risk explicitly into credit ratings. Firms with credible, audited transition plans are seeing measurably lower spreads on investment-grade debt. Firms without them are being stress-tested more aggressively. BlackRock's latest stewardship data, and I'll flag this is vendor-sourced, shows engagement on climate transition plans is now their top governance priority for 2026 proxy season.
So the CFO who wants to act this week, not this quarter, this week, where do they start?
Pull your last ESG report and ask one question. Can every number in this document withstand the same scrutiny as our Q2 earnings? If the answer is no, identify the three largest data gaps, typically Scope 3, water and supply chain labor metrics. Assign finance ownership and set a 90-day remediation deadline. Don't wait for your next sustainability committee meeting. This is a finance problem now.
Own it, operationalize it, defend it. That's the mandate. To go further, Leaders Academy offers strategic training programs, diagnostic tools, and an executive self-assessment designed for CMOs, CDOs, CFOs, and leaders aiming for board-level performance. Explore everything at mba-training.com. Thank you for listening to the Leaders Academy podcast. See you tomorrow for another episode.